Hi, this is Dan Diliegro. I'm the Predator, and you're watching Zelikers TV. Oh, how's it going?
Do you hear me well, Dan?
Yes, I can hear you great. Look at that background. That's great. That's super cool.
Your background, yeah, that's you in the background, I guess.
That is me. That is me. I remember that day.
So, Dan, I guess
Yes.
Hunting, season opening day is August 5th on Hulu and Disney Plus here in France. You must be beyond excited about it. But first of all, just tell us, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a crazy run. We were at Comic-Con last week, and we did a crazy press run. I've never been so rapid fire in my life. And we also screened the movie as well to 2 standing ovations, and they were chanting, "Make one more." So it was, I had no idea what to expect with this movie, and I have not seen a negative review. So I'm super excited. It's all still doesn't feel real to me.
That is awesome, man. Just to hear that, I just can't wait, But just before we dig, a little bit into Predator's world, you're a former professional basketball player, and which
Yes.
is also why you look pretty tall. Like, how tall you are?
206 centimeters.
Oh yeah, that's pretty tall. Yeah. And how did you get into acting?
I got scouted. I was a stand-in in the movie Free Guy. Have you seen Free Guy?
Of course.
Or the big
Yeah.
dude. I was his stand-in, and I kind of just got scouted. The stunt coordinator came up to me and said, you should be an actor, play monsters in movies. And I didn't even know that was a thing. And I pursued it. And 2 weeks later, I booked a Netflix show called Sweet Home. And I played Muscle Monster in that, and I did really well. And then it just kind of took off from there.
And yeah, because we saw you in a lot of Creatures and Monsters, like in The Quest, American Horror Stories, even The Walking Dead, and The Master Chief with Taika Waititi. Yeah.
Yes, he directed one of my commercials for Xbox.
That's awesome.
Master Chief is really cool.
It is. And now you just, one of the biggest legendary badass character ever, because we have Terminator, Robocop, Alien, but the Predator is crazy, man. You know what I mean? And just like me, you're from the 80s and grew up during the 90s. So I guess the Predator means something to you, like the Predator, he fought Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny Glover, and so many, so how it was, to fit, under the skin, did you feel some kind of, pressure, responsibility to do your best?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I had to lose about 25 pounds for the role to become more skinny and lean, to make him seem faster and more dynamic. But, you come in every day and you're a human, and you put this suit on, and you look down and you see his 12 abs. And
12.
And you look at your hands and you see the claws, and you think, I'm really the Predator right now. And it's an interesting thing. You would think there's a really strong, distinct feeling that comes with that, but it almost doesn't feel real. And it's a, the word unbelievable gets used a lot, but I think its meaning kind of gets lost a little bit. It really is unbelievable. I wake up every morning and there's like a 5-second gap where I'm living my normal life, and then that's right, I'm the Predator. You forget, and it just doesn't feel real. And I've seen the movie a couple times now, and I watch this thing and I'm like, that's not me. It just, what is that thing? But it's special, and there's a big responsibility that comes with playing this character. Kevin Peter Hall, big shoes to fill. Literally, he had big feet, but really big shoes to fill, because he was a trained theatrical actor, and his movements, the way he did things, is iconic. You know, I feel like all the other Predators were kind of a replication of what Kevin Peter Hall did, and with this new one with Dan, I got a little bit of a higher creative ceiling to create newer movements and just a different take on this Predator, while still kind of keeping that anonymous, no personality trophy hunter aspect. You know, obviously communicating everything non-verbally. I went to mime school to learn how to communicate with people without words, and that played a major factor with this role.
Oh, that's amazing, man. And so, like you said, this is the fifth Predators movie. And the interesting, thing this time, it takes place 300 years ago, with the First Nation and the Comanche and everything. And they were hunters-gatherers. So I think it's powerful, to have like wild, perfect human hunters against the ultimate space hunter. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this is the fight I can't wait for. How was your, your specific training for it? Like you say, the move, the attitude, how to fight.
I went through, 2.5 months before we started shooting, I did a significant amount of parkour training, just making it look natural, moving through the woods. I did a very significant amount of martial arts training. I trained in Kali, bow staff, capoeira, silat, just getting those movements down of, obviously the Predator is not a martial artist, and it's more primal and rustic the way he battles people, but having that familiarity down of the movements of combat, because these Predators are, the lowest trained Predator is 10 times more trained than the highest trained, whoever. So there's a lot that went into that. There was a lot of preparation. I had to get in tremendous shape for this role. Obviously, with all of his movements, I'm also wearing a 75-pound suit. So it's very hot. It's very tiresome. And juggling those things while still having to act and fight. I did all the acting. I did all the stunts. I did all the motion capture for this character. And, thinking
it's
about
you, 100%.
100% me.
All the time,
and, thinking about what his hands are doing when he's walking, but also remembering to look around and keep his eye line. You're juggling a lot of stuff, and there's a lot that goes into that throughout the whole character creation process.
Sounds great. You were talking about Dan before. Dan Trachtenberg is an amazing director, 10 Cloverfield Lane, also the first episode of The Boys season 1, which is, in my opinion, the best episode of the show. But how it was to work with him?
He's a genius.
I bet.
And he's a film nerd just like me. The thing I really appreciate about Dan is he references a lot of movies, and you have to have you don't have to, but it helps to have a good sense of movie knowledge when you work with him, because a lot of times he will reference scenes in movies of what he's taking inspiration from. And I know what you're talking about. Look at this film. He created a fresh take on a franchise while still staying true to its origins and the things that make this franchise so special. But it's fresh. It's different. It was genius. I know he had a marketing plan of shooting this whole movie and then not announcing it was a Predator movie. And then the first round of trailers was just going to be the first act. And he wasn't going to show a Predator. He was just going to show the ship in the sky at the end. And I don't even think he was going to have a movie title, which the buzz would have been crazy on that. But he's a genius, and he sees things that a lot of people don't. And it was a pleasure working with him. It was like he had every Friday we would do Fluffernutter Friday. There's a sandwich that he's an East Coast guy from Philadelphia. We would take peanut butter and marshmallow fluff in between two pieces of bread and they don't have that. We shot the movie in Canada. They don't have Fluffernutters in Canada. So when we order them, wait, what? You want to put what on what? And eventually we convinced them to do it. But every Friday we have a tradition of Fluffernutter Friday, which was like summer camp. It was my childhood. It was amazing.
That's amazing. You just make my hype higher and higher just right now.
Yeah.
Without any spoilers, can you tell us if there's maybe any Easter eggs, from the franchise or something,
Well, Easter eggs. If you pay attention to the end of the second Predator movie and you pay attention to this movie, you'll say, aha, interesting that there's something going on there. What it leads to, I don't know. There's another Easter egg. There's something ingrained. There is not an end credit scene, but there is something ingrained during the credits that if you are paying attention, you will notice could lead to other things.
Yeah, because fans just love Easter eggs.
There are, yes, and Dan loves Easter eggs too, and like, he's a fan. He's a cinephile, and he appreciates stuff like that. So that's why it was cool working with him. I hope to work with him again.
Okay, so just before I let you go, hunting into the jungle. Tell me, maybe you can tell me something. Your favorite, lines from maybe Predator 1 or 2. I don't know. We all have, something we have in mind.
Yeah. I mean, from Predator 1, there are two things that stick out to me the most. Obviously, the handshake between him.
Yeah, with Dylan.
You kind of get that insert of the squeeze. And there's almost smoke coming up from their hands, which I think is interesting. And then this is kind of underrated, but the end of the movie, the end titles, where you have the guys turn around and catch the gun and smile, and Jesse Ventura spits his tobacco. It's so 80s. It's so sitcom, like
classic.
I just think that's so funny how they shot that. I thought that was really cool. I was hoping we could do that at the end of this movie with the Predator as well. I don't know. There's just something so funny about that end title scene that you don't really see in sci-fi movies like that very often.
That's good. And what is next for you, Dan?
What's next for me? I have a movie coming out soon called Monsters of California. It was directed by Tom DeLonge, who was lead singer of Blink-182.
Yeah.
I recently wrapped on a Marvel feature film.
Okay, a lot of things
coming out.
You can't talk too much about it.
Yeah, I'm currently working on a Lucasfilm project as well.
Whoa. Okay.
So there are things.
So you will be back on the show.
Yes, I don't know if these other characters are as iconic or as heavy as something like the Predator, but to be involved in projects such as these is super exciting, and I can't wait to see them. But hopefully, obviously I play a lot of non-human characters, and maybe in the future I can show my face and play a human. That's kind of the goal. So it's cool.
So all I have to do now is waiting for August 5th and just, enjoy, the hunting party. Yeah, I must say. Congratulations again, Dan. And thank you so much to be here.
Yeah,
thank you. It was great having you. I was blessed.
I'm glad you're such a fan. I appreciate that.
We're the same, man. And so enjoy your time. Enjoy this moment. This is your time, man. So enjoy it. Yeah.
The hunt begins, baby.
Yeah. So take care of you, man.
Perfect. Thank you.
Bye, Dan. Bye.
Bye-bye.